My name is Natalia.
And I am Ivan.
We are husband and wife.
Almost 3 years now.
Both of us have had rather unsuccessful experiences in family life. 2 divorces. I have had 1. Children born from those marriages. Eventually we realized that we could not go on living like that. We appealed to the universe. No relationship at all would be better than... We felt exhausted from going in circles. From constant misunderstandings with partners, from relationships without mutual understanding, where the partner neither shared our views nor walked the same path. It was in truth an urgent plea, a cry of the soul. Imram always stresses sincerity. That plea was filled with it. I asked with all sincerity, and I received what I had sought.
And so, it was for me. Our stories are much the same. She actually wrote down the traits of a man she longed for while I visualized the woman I desired. And in the end, here she is, the very one I asked for. When we began to build our relationship, we already stood on the same path. Initially, it was one master who guided us along this path, and then another. We practiced together, and yet something still felt missing.
Something was missing. I felt it here. Everything seemed fine, but there was still a longing for something beyond. Questions lingered. Then my dear mother-in-law suggested that I listen to a podcast.
Mom advised.
A single one.
She suggested that I listen to Imram.
No sooner had I watched his video, it all began to unfold of its own accord.
I had gone to the seminar still carrying questions. But when I left, not a single question remained.
All my questions had vanished.
How it all was unfolding, how it works in the first place. You'll never need to work on a relationship, not a single day, if you are working on yourself.
If you practice. We already had experience, and after the seminar, we've been practicing for a year. Of course, there were setbacks, when routine crept in, and we let the practice slip for a week or so. It happened only once, I believe. But you realize, no, I do not want to live like that.
The body responds.
Yes, both the body and our relationships respond, even our business. The inner state is entirely different. You simply lose the desire to live without practice. Life becomes different. Yes, sometimes you may have to push yourself, go against your will a little, but you do it, and then you see the results in business, in family life, with children. I had challenges with my son during his teenage years and had to reestablish our bond. Even there, the practices helped. They bring discipline, they calm the mind.
Even our idea of recreation has changed. We would travel the same routes time and again. We used to relax the same way all the time. Now we're up at 5, do our practices, and just enjoy everything we do.
It's pure bliss. And then the whole day just flows so smoothly. Everything feels right. If any misunderstandings pop up, we just go and practice. There aren't any of those questions left that we'd once ask Imram or anyone else. The answer is always within. You notice something's not right, practice, and in a couple of hours, the answer shows up. Everything falls into place. It builds total trust in life. No questions remain. So we made the choice to live with happiness, practicing and enjoying every moment. And that is exactly what we were searching for. Perhaps our past, less happy experiences were necessary, so we could now truly appreciate the value of these practices. They are pure magic. I recommend them to all. I believe everyone should one day find their way to this.
We already know the way home.
We have found it, and we are deeply grateful. We wish to share it with everyone. I understand that each of us has our own alarm clock within. We don't go around telling everyone, but people often say, "You two look so happy. Were you just lucky?" And I reply, well, it takes effort. Maybe there's a bit of luck, yet it's the effort that counts. Practice, and you'll find it just as amazing. That's how we respond, and people are attracted. I think they feel our energy field, yes?
Even our families show interest. They begin to explore the path.
Even our mothers. We never push them, they simply observe our lives, our growth, how family life blooms, how wealth comes into our life, how things go with the children, how we travel, balance, work, and practice, and make it all work. Everything between us is harmonious, and what we say is absolutely sincere. It is the plain truth. Each time I speak of it, I feel the soul itself trembling in reply, right here, and tears just start to well up. It is exactly what I longed for in life. There had been so much suffering, as there is for everyone. This was my life, and I was simply exhausted by it all. And then, I don't know whether it was the sincerity of my plea.
The expansion of consciousness allows one to rise to another level. It touches every sphere: business, love, family. If you compare the Ivan I used to be with the Ivan I am now, they're two completely different men. Before, I was someone else entirely. I could call myself a demon.
And now you're an angel.
I am a different person now. I no longer feel drawn back to who I was. I feel only the call to rise above it, to step out of these programs of the soul. Because now I consciously understand why we practice.
When you are fully aware of why you do this, everything becomes easier. The practice just runs more smoothly. The path feels easier to walk. It no longer feels like a burden, as some say. This is life itself. How much longer can you hold on like this? How long will you last? It's what people ask. And I reply, hold on to what? I want to do it until the end of my days. Many fail to understand, yet when they see how things are with us, perhaps some even expect, and I know they did, it has been a year, 2, now 3. Surely the happiness must fade? As if to say, stop flaunting your happiness. Sorry, can't help it.
Even our mothers remark, why do you spend so much time together? That's not right. You will soon tire of each other. But we are always together, day and night. Yes, we spend much time together and never grow weary of each other's presence.
We travel together, and it's just wonderful. Practice is the key. So practice. I wish everyone could set off on this path.
Especially if you can do it together. It is far simpler. If sometimes I am lazy or she is,
The other gets you moving.
we complement each other.
We push each other. It's all done very gently. Sometimes one of us skips a practice and the other just has their back without fueling tension. We just switch things up.
Situations can be different.
Yes. Actually, even your health gets better. I had serious problems. But everything just naturally aligned. I had never practiced for health. My focus was on relationships, which seemed more urgent. But as a result, my health too was restored. Chronic illnesses disappeared and my body became balanced. Now I don't view diseases the way most people do. I see little nudges from my body, tiny bells letting me know something's up. Then I pause, reflect on what it points to, and move on. The fever subsides, or the discomfort passes. The body is always speaking to us.
The key is to listen.
To feel. The more you practice, the more in tune you get with your body. You understand it. It's marvelous. It really feels like a beautiful game. By playing it, you're steering your life in the right direction.